All right, gather round, you screen-staring, thumb-scrolling grandkids of mine. Pull up a chair before your devices suck the last bit of attention out of you. It's your old grandpa Andy Ingram here, and I've got a tale that'll make you appreciate what you've got, or at least laugh at what I had to put up with. Back in my day, we didn't have fancy school buildings with air conditioning, cafeterias serving pizza every Friday, or those glowing rectangles you carry everywhere like they're glued to your hands. No, sir. We had the one-room schoolhouse at Willow Creek. One room, one teacher, one giant chalkboard that looked like it had been through the Dust Bowl twice. And about 25 kids ranging from 6-year-olds who still sucked their thumbs to 14-year-olds who already smelled like they worked the fields. Lord have mercy, the chaos. Miss Harper, she was maybe 22 and looked like she hadn't slept since the Hoover administration, had to teach all 8 grades at once. She'd stand up there at that chalkboard, chalk squeaking like a dying mouse, writing out spelling words for the little ones, while the big kids were supposed to be doing long division in their heads. And us? We were the original multitaskers, except without the headphones or the ability to pause. You'd be trying to figure out what 7 times 8 was while little Susie next to you was sounding out cat for the 10th time that week. If you got distracted, Miss Harper didn't send you to the principal's office. She just gave you the look and said, "Andy Ingram, if you don't stop daydreaming, you'll be cleaning erasers till Christmas." Oh, the erasers. You kids with your fancy whiteboards and digital markers have no idea. Those chalkboard erasers were heavy felt bricks full of dust that could choke a horse. Our punishment, or character building as Miss Harper called it, was to take them outside and clap them together like we were starting a one-man thunderstorm. By the time we were done, we looked like ghosts and coughed up white powder for days. Back in my day, I'd tell my buddies, we earned our education the hard way, by inhaling it. Lunch? Forget your trendy bento boxes and organic kale chips. We had a lard bucket with a cold biscuit, maybe some sorghum molasses if Ma was feeling generous, and an apple that had seen better days. We'd sit out under the trees trading food like it was the stock market. "I'll give you my boiled egg for half your cornbread." One kid always brought cold pancakes. Cold pancakes. And we fought over them like they were gold. Recess was the only time we got to act like actual children. No structured social emotional learning activities. Just pure, glorious chaos. We'd play Red Rover until somebody's arm nearly came off, or Annie Over, throwing a ragged ball over the schoolhouse roof and racing around to catch it. In winter, we'd slide on the frozen pond on our boots until our toes went numb. You kids with your padded playgrounds and safety helmets would have lasted about 3 minutes before crying for your mom. But the real star of the show was that chalkboard. It was our television, our computer, our everything. Miss Harper would call someone up. "Andy, come work this problem." And there I'd stand, chalk in my sweaty little hand, trying to do fractions while the whole school watched. If I messed up, no participation trophy, just a gentle, "Try again, son," and the quiet judgment of 25 pairs of eyes. I tell you, that board saw more drama than your reality TV shows. Spelling bees, geography maps, history dates, everything got scratched out in that dusty white chalk. And when it was time to clean it, we used an old rag and a bucket of water that probably hadn't been changed since Lincoln was president. The board would streak and smear like a bad watercolor. Miss Harper would sigh and say, "Well, it'll have to do." Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying it was all bad. There was something special about it. We learned to help each other. The big kids tutored the little ones. We built patience, grit, and lungs strong enough to survive chalk dust storms. At Christmas, the whole community crammed into that one room for our program, singing carols off key, reciting poems, and eating more pie than should be legal. Those were good nights. But let's be honest, it was also ridiculous. We walked 3 miles in the snow, uphill both ways naturally, while you get dropped off in climate-controlled buses. We had one teacher juggling more personalities than a circus, while you have specialists for math, reading, art, and probably device management. We wrote on slates that broke if you looked at them funny. You tap glass and the answer magically appears. You know what the funniest part is? We thought we had it rough. Miss Harper probably thought the same about her teacher back in the 1800s. And here I am, an old man, gently roasting the past while you sit there with the entire world's knowledge in your pocket, mostly using it to watch cat videos. So next time you're complaining about homework or saying, "This is so hard," just picture little Andy Ingram standing at that squeaky chalkboard, heart pounding, trying not to embarrass himself in front of the whole school. We survived on grit, community, and the occasional cold pancake. You kids have it easier. But I still think you missed out on the best part. The satisfaction of clapping those erasers so hard the dust cloud could be seen from the next county.